Unless that's another audio issue that we're gonna have to solve. But you know what? It's my first time streaming, so there are gonna be some issues. Ooh, I heard a little ding, so it sounds okay on my end. Game sounds okay on my end. Let me know. Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna keep the music on, but it says this game has music. We recommend keeping it on, but respect that some cultures don't allow it. What do you prefer? Which I really enjoy. For people who don't know, basically, many people choose not to listen to music during Ramadan. So it's really cool that this has been included in this game. But I'm going to keep it on. The music will play. Would you like to see a content warning? Yes. Yes, I would. We love to see it. Okay, content warning. Negative self-talk, a character with untreated depression, self-harm/hitting, microaggressions, family pressure, and food. That's a really... Oh, maybe the game sound needs raising. I will have a look at that in a second, if that's okay. I'm just going to read out these content warnings first, because I think it's going to take us to the game menu then. Although we cannot live in a world void of things that upset us, Team Toadhouse and Toadhouse Games believe in informed consent. We list common possible triggers before each game to help the player make their decision. The above topics are touched upon and we leave it up to you, the player, to decide how to proceed. We have written the game with care, not to purposely upset. If you find yourself in a mentally dangerous place while playing, please contact a local mental health hotline, medical professional, or trusted loved one so you are not alone. I love that. Oh, are you fasting as well, Najib? But congratulations on your new job. But yeah, it's really difficult, isn't it, during Ramadan, especially if it's a new job. Okay, on that note, lads, can't figure out the sound issue, but thankfully we're playing a game where that's not really a big deal. So I'm just gonna start playing the game. I'm really, really excited about this. So, okay, let's have a look at settings first. Okay, so we've got sound settings, window full screen, unseen text. What does that mean? Okay, it says either skip unseen text or after choices. I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to turn them off. Yep. Cool, okay, let's just go for this. Occasionally, you'll have to choose what you want to do or say. When these choices pop up, you'll hear this sound, and there's a little, like, twing sound. I can't do words today. I'm also... like out of it because of fasting. When you hear this, you can use the up and down arrows to select your choice. You usually will have 2 or 3 options, but this can vary. Okay, we love a choice-based queen. 20 pounds of kingfish, 16 large bottles of canola oil, 4 crates of date, 10 tubs of yogurt. That's someone prepping for Ramadan for sure. Before Ramadan started, me and my flatmate, who is also Muslim and also fasting, like did a couple of big shops at like Asian supermarkets and got so much like rice. We've got like a big box of dates, which are Palestinian dates, and like a crap load of yogurt, cheese, hummus. It was great. It was a great haul. And we found an Asian supermarket relatively close to us by a tram stop, so that made me very happy. A tower of boxes filled with fruits and veggies, and that's just the first page of the order. This character is Jessica. Amira, could you tell your brother to start prep work? This is gonna take a while. First impressions are important. The first night of Ramadan is tonight, and we need to start strong. Okay, cool. So I guess that this game is from Amira's perspective. We need our hometown of Fernway, I wonder where they live, to trust us and fall in love with our food. More importantly, this is the tangible evidence of something Amira and I have been dreaming about since freshman year of high school. I was exactly wrong. It's from Jessica's perspective. Cool, so they're high school friends. This is so colourful. Our own food truck park where we decide what's on the menu. We run the show. Having a food truck with your best friend is actually the dream. The month of Ramadan is our 4th month open and the weather is just starting to get nice. Oh, okay, first Ramadan on the food truck. We really want to expand what people think of when they think halal food. Okay, I wonder if they're... Well, I mean, in the description of the game, it kind of said that the dynamic of their friendship and Ramadan was going to be like important, so I'm thinking that Amira is Muslim and Jessica is non-Muslim, so that's going to be really interesting. We hired Amira's brother to handle traditional Indian and Pakistani cuisine in the warm yellow truck, Amira's favorite color. That kind of reminds me of like, so they didn't really have like food trucks per se in Pakistan. Like my dad's side of the family and to some extent my mum's side is Pakistani, and I've been like a couple of times but not that many. But like in Pakistan they have these vehicles which are kind of like mini cars called rickshaws. And rickshaws are often like really colorful, like hand painted and stuff like that. And even like I guess what we would call truckers, sometimes like in Punjab especially, there are these enormous trucks which are just like hand painted and super colorful and beautiful and stuff like that. I'll try and find some pictures later, but her like design choices kind of make me think of that. That's where I get to flex my culinary science degree and infuse my favorite Korean flavors into everything I can. Oh, okay. So Jessica is also a person of color, but from a different background. That's cool. Or maybe I'm assuming that, but that would be cool. Word of advice, if you don't like spicy food, don't order my daily specials. And our latest addition is a bright green sushi truck, our favorite food, and a combo of our favorite clothes. Are you kidding me? They don't even have one food truck. They have a whole series. It's a food truck park, actually. She said that, didn't she? This is the dream. This is actually the dream. It also has some cooked seafood options for the less adventurous. We'd love to get a dessert truck, but we haven't found the right one yet. We planned every little detail and it's finally happening. Amira's marketing degree has been getting a workout and Ummah's been telling everyone at church to come here for lunch since we opened. Okay, yeah, I think that's confirmed. She's Korean then, because I think Ummah is mum or like mother in Korean. Hey Daz, welcome back. Enjoy your burger. Ummah's friends come full of gusto and suggestions, and without fail, at least one of them mentions how I grew up to be a lovely young lady. Sounds like Asian aunties. You haven't missed much, Daz, except that these two friends own a food truck park, which is fucking amazing. And I think Jessica's Korean and has a culinary science degree, and Amira is South Asian, I'm guessing, and has a business degree. So the dream, really. When they tell the story of the time Amira and I almost burnt down the kitchen at a church bake sale when we were 14. That's cute. Always a crowd pleaser tale, much to our dismay. So they've been friends for a really long time. At least they stopped telling the story of when I brought my posse out in the middle of a party because baby Jessica didn't want to miss out on the fun. Yeah, big same, Najib. Small town vibes are great until you remember everyone older than you knows all your secrets. So true. And regularly shares them as fun anecdotes. That said, everyone's encouragement and support has been wonderful, but it also puts the pressure on. Oh, okay. We slip up, there's no way our food court will last the year. I feel like I can't let everyone down. It gives me a vibe of like putting a lot of pressure on herself. But also so does Fernway Needs Us. Probably butchering that name. I don't know how it's meant to be pronounced. I don't know where they live, but I feel like this is the least like self-pressurizing one, so I'm gonna go with that. I refuse to let my hometown go another day without decent Korean food. Okay, yeah, that's a vibe. Well, you can sit anywhere you like and we'll come to take your order. And then when it's ready, you pick up the window, enjoy it, and hopefully tell your friends. Oh, so I order with you, not at the window. Loving Nana's vibe. I don't know if she'll be a staple character, but I know it's kind of odd, but it keeps everything flowing smoothly. You can also order many different kinds of food to try all at once this way. So what can I get for you? I don't know, I kind of just wanted to check this place out. I'm feeling snacky. What do you recommend? For a snack, I really love our curly fries. They come with a sriracha dip. I'm a huge fan of sriracha. Love that. Can I do an order of curly fries, the regular non-halal version? Okay, cool. They do both halal and non-halal food. I love Amira for so many reasons. She does things that I could never. For example, at college, when a person would ask me, where are you from? And I would say, oh, the East Coast, Northeast region. And they would then ask, no, I mean, where are you from? Well, let's just say I'm surprised I got my bachelor's. When Amira is put into a similar situation, like when someone asks for a non-halal potato, she is like Waldine Sumkate's pond, I don't know how to say that, in the winter, placid and inspiring. So like, yeah. I could never. I find that experience that a lot of POC obviously have, where people are like, where are you from? And they're trying to like gauge what your like racial or ethnic background is. You know how people, increasingly like on TV and stuff, people have like a snappy reply that's like, well, I'm from London, or I'm from Ohio, or whatever. I find that like quite difficult because I've lived so many different places in my life. That I'm always just like, I'm completely exiting this conversation and not even like engaging with it, because that's too complicated for my own brain. I used to step in, but we've talked about it, and Amira's made it very clear that she doesn't need a bodyguard. Ooh, doesn't hurt to check in with her though. Yeah, I will check in with her, because even if she tells me no, yeah, I'm a citizen of the world. I don't believe in borders and nations. You know how it is. So now I check in, as best friends do, without saying a word. There's like a Morse code sound coming through my headphones, so I don't know if they're texting or communicating telepathically, but hey girl, you okay? Yeah, I'm good. Further Morse code sounds. Need anything? Want me to mess her up? Chill, Caro. I've got this. Amira clears her throat and puts on her customer service voice. Every kitchen at Good Look Home Cookin food truck park is halal. Okay, cool. I was gonna say that. So I've never worked in like a kitchen or anything like that, but obviously preparing halal food is quite like specific and difficult, and you like, if you want it to genuinely be halal, then you shouldn't prepare it in the same place as non-halal food. I think it's the same with kosher, so it would be quite difficult for a food truck. I mean, obviously it's different in like a supermarket or whatever, where stuff is like siphoned off or packaged, but especially if they're like a new like food truck park, then preparing halal food and non-halal food in the same kitchen would be quite difficult. So it mostly means that there are no blood-laced foods, pork products, or alcohol-based items. We also get really high-quality meat. I assure you, you won't taste the difference in your curly fries. Ugh. Okay, boo. I was like, I'm really into Nano's vibe, and now I'm like, fuck you. But I'm not Muslim. Isn't that not allowed? Although I truly appreciate your kind consideration, you are very welcome to eat any and all of the food here. Yeah, Nana can get in the bin. Like if you're not Muslim and you don't need to eat halal food, you can still eat halal food. It's not a big deal. That just makes me really mad. Oh, cool. Well, okay then, sure. Can I get it with 2 sides of the dip? Absolutely. Amira handled that so much cooler than I would have. She punches the order into our POS system on her phone, and I hear the ticket machine printing from inside our East Asian fusion truck. I'm Amira, and this is Jessica. We own this food court. If you have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to come to us. Your food will be at the window of the blue truck in about 10 minutes. Oh, they do takeaway. Thank you for your order. Enjoy. This must be like a big business. This must be like a pretty robust business because they've got, it sounds like they've got deliveries or that was like collect. I don't know. And they've got different types of food trucks, so they must have people working in different kitchens, and this is like, girl, this is the dream. Oh, that's really interesting, B. I also used to think I wasn't allowed to eat food that's specifically halal in case there was a shortage or something, but the way Nana did it was so damn bad. Yeah, so the way that Nana said it was like really rude. But I don't, to my knowledge, there isn't like any shortage issues, and I think that the issue is more like, you know, you're not Muslim, so you wouldn't like actively like go to a halal butcher's, right, and like get halal meat. But if you were ordering food from a food truck, which you were gonna do anyway, or order food from a supermarket, and they were like, all of the food that's pre-cooked here is halal, then that's not a big deal, right? And you're helping the business. So, yeah, for that's kind of my perspective on it. You're not like actively like going to a halal butcher when you don't have to and taking that away from other people, right? Instead, you're kind of like helping a business that uses halal food. So that's my take. Well done. I would have shut us down was what I would have said. Yeah, I feel like I'm on Jessica's vibe. Jess, 60% of new restaurants fail within the first year. That's depressing. And we're a bunch of trucks in an area that gets snow. Play nice. Plus, she doesn't know what she doesn't know. Now, she knows. Very patient woman. I admire it, but I couldn't be me. And one day, after a decade of us bringing culture to the masses of Fernway, a little Korean girl will bring homemade kimbap to school for lunch, and dog food will be the furthest from anyone's mind. That's sweet. I'm enjoying the vibe of like these 2 women of color just smashing it. It must be really difficult to run a business like this in a small town. Yeah, Najib is reinforcing that non-Muslims can eat halal, unless like other dietary requirements are in the way. Yeah, it's not like it's not like only Muslims can eat halal, but like everyone can eat halal, but Muslims as individuals, it's like a dietary requirement thing, right? So it's kind of like how you know, if you're not vegan, you can still eat vegan food, right? Like I would see it that way. They'll know how delicious it is and what to call it, and it will all be thanks to us. Damn straight. In 5th grade, my mum packed me kimbap for lunch on a school trip to the museum. After asking me if I was too poor to buy American food, this girl in my class said it smelled like dog food and called me a dog. Okay, horrible. I cried and cried when I got home and begged my mom to only ever pack me peanut butter and jelly. That's really rough. I never really had that experience because I didn't get packed lunches. I think that like if my mum made us pack lunches, then sometimes it was like I think my siblings had packed lunches when they were in secondary school, and she would take like leftovers and put them in a sandwich, whatever the leftovers were. So like if we'd had dal, then dal would go in the sandwich. If we'd had like I don't know, chana or like chicken or whatever, it would just go in the sandwich. So it was just a leftover sandwich every day from my siblings. And then I had cafeteria food at like my primary school. But they didn't have halal options. So obviously, like when I was growing up, I ate meat, but halal because Muslim. And my school didn't have halal options. They just had vegetarian options. So I would have the vegetarian option, but there wasn't that many kids who had it, so it was really bad. I think that like at least 4 out of 5 days a week it would just be like this like bland as fuck cauliflower cheese. Yeah, my primary school also did super bad food. It's depressing. Oh, I don't know if I missed that, sorry. At lunchtime my rotten classmates saw what she brought in and started barking. I lost it. Okay, yeah, I don't know if I can go back, but I'm presuming she said something about Amira. I was suspended for 3 days, and Amira and I have been best friends ever since. Damn it, I missed that. Okay. The other girl was suspended for 6, so I'd say it was pretty victorious even with the unfair punishment. And the school as well, like, oh my god. I'm not even gonna get into schools. Like, you tell them that something racist has happened to you, like, as a kid, and that they just do not deal with it, and they do not care. It really sucks. At least in my experience. I hope there are kids out there who have better experiences. Oh, that really sucks, guys. Yeah, kids are so shitty. Well, schools are so shitty too. But it's weird. It's interesting, isn't it, thinking about how like people judge you based on like what food you eat or whatever. This food truck park was something we came up with together the summer break before 9th grade. Ah, so cute. We spent the summer laying on a trampoline dreaming of tasty revenge. Damn, these two like women of color were just like, we're gonna fuck shit up. I love them. I'm so damn proud of it, and her and us. She's right, the restaurant business is tough. Yeah, this is the only girl bossing that's allowed. I only support these two girl bossing. I peer over at the young woman and see her absorbed in her phone. I wonder what it's like to be that unaware, or if we do something extra, she might post about it. I'm not going to be judgy about her being on her phone, because, you know, there are a lot of reasons why people are that, so I'm just going to try and get some clout. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That really sucks that, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a really interesting pointing out the, like, classism as well in, like, kids judging the food, especially with, like, leftovers, and stuff. But, yeah, the way that, like, food can indicate, like, political things is really interesting to me. I'm gonna drop a book recommendation, which, if you haven't read it, I definitely recommend. Eat Up by Ruby Tando, who I think that she was a runner-up in like the third ever season of Bake Off, which is so long ago now. But she's like a queer woman of color who's like had mental health issues, and the way she writes is beautiful, and the book is beautiful, and it talks about like various political aspects of food. Like, she talks about food and queer politics, she talks about food and racial politics, she talks about food and class politics. Such a good book. Yes, I will lend you my copy, Daz. It's one of my favorite books. Okay, anyway. Think she has a large following? Maybe we should give her a free drink too. I think that's a great idea, Jess. Amira adds a bubble tea to the order before greeting a group of ladies attempting to push tables closer together. Our food court will be super busy later as families all around Fernway pick up their iftar orders. We have a Ramadan special where every order gets complimentary dates and dessert. Love that. My favorite is when... So it's been a while since I've been able to do that, obviously, because the last 2 Ramadans have been in lockdown. But one of... like pretty much everywhere in Rusholme, which is kind of where the big Asian and Arab community is in Manchester, if you eat there during Ramadan, then they give you complimentary dates because it's customary for people who don't know to break your fast by eating dates. It was Amira's idea. She's been advertising it all over social media for weeks, and we even had a meme of hers go semi-viral. Turns out having an entirely halal place people can trust is something Fernway desperately needed. Yeah, I have no doubt. Oh, B, yeah, so those... You break your fast usually with dates, right? But in those, like, restaurants and businesses, a lot of them, like, will still be running during the day, right? Because they need business from white people, basically. So I'm not sure if they, because I've only ever gone at iftar time. I don't know if they serve complimentary dates throughout the day as like a Ramadan thing and like anyone can have them, but certainly like during iftar time or like around then, they serve complimentary dates. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Although it was not the case when we were growing up here, Fernway now has a vibrant South Asian community. From the Hindu mandir to the newly built masjid Amira's family visits, to the festivals that serve up Sri Lankan and Afghani favourites. Not to mention this Kerala restaurant on Main Street. Yes, that makes mouth-watering dosas. Oh, it's been so long since I've had a dosa. There's a little bit of everything South Asian here. I love that. I love that shows like the diversity of South Asian food. Ugh. I'm so hungry right now. There's even a Bangladeshi convenience store near the high school. Girl, I'm sorry, I'm so emotional right now. Like when I was growing up, I grew up in like a small village. It was so white. We had to drive like an hour to get to like the nearest Asian supermarkets and shops, which in retrospect is like not that long, but it felt like a long time when I was a kid. In Bristol, because Bristol was the nearest city and it had like an Asian community, obviously, because it's this big city, and there's a pretty sizable Asian community in Bristol, that we would like go there maybe once or twice a month to like pick stuff up. But girl, I'm trying to imagine having all of that like in the small town. Literally dream town. Yeah. Oh. Okay, but I never realized how few of these places served halal food. People think Amira just eats chicken shawarma every day, which would be reasonable if you did eat chicken shawarma every day. It's so much more than that. Amira glows as she thanks the young woman again and tells her to come back soon. Running a business really suits her. She's great with the Custa guests. Apparently our bubble tea slaps, which I'm hoping is a good thing. Kids these days. I feel like boba is really popular amongst white people these days. I don't know what happened, but I mean, obviously boba is amazing and it slaps, but oh yeah, that's cool that there's like Polish convenience stores and takeout in your hometown now. Yeah, the rise of K-pop would explain the boba thing. Yeah. There are some potentially in Manchester, I think, Daz. Like, It's interesting because my parents live sort of on the outskirts of London, like not in London, but in Essex, like really close to London, like they're on the commuter line type thing, and a lot of places in like East London that are convenience stores that do like Arab, Asian, Caribbean food will also do like Polish or like East European food. I've seen a lot of that in London. I don't know if that's the case in Manchester really, because like I've obviously been to a lot of Asian supermarkets and seen like Asian, Arab, and Caribbean food there, but not like Eastern European. So that's interesting. Cool. She is 100% only like 7 years younger than us, max. Well, we're adults. We own our own business, so Daz, this is going to be me and you someday, but with Game Assist. Our own business that your parents gave us the seed money for. Ugh, don't remind me. Mum mentions it every time I don't want to run to the grocery store for her, and that's the classic Asian parent blackmail. Yeah, I've never really seen Eastern European stuff in Manchester either. I don't think there's like a massive community. Um, yeah. You're doing great, don't worry. We all see how hard you're working. So, we have 103 orders already. Oof, smashing it. All scheduled for pickup at around 7. That's more than we've had in previous week. Never mind all that at once. Is that the iftar orders? Around 7? So, they... Obviously, for anyone who doesn't know, Ramadan is based on the Islamic calendar, which is a lunar calendar, so it's not the same time in the Gregorian calendar, which we use in the West every year. So if iftar is around 7, then it must be earlier in the year than right now. So like, for example, today iftar is around 8:15, I think. So this might be taking place in like spring. Earlier in spring or like late winter. That's more than we've had in previous week. Never mind all that at once. Maybe pre-daylight savings. Yeah, makes sense. Slightly earlier in the year than now, for sure. Did we order enough food? I think so. I have Kenta on standby in case we run out of garlic or onions, but there's no way we're short on anything else. I've never seen so many lentils in my entire life. And we have fresh ingredients coming in every day. Don't look so worried, Jess. Like you've been saying, if anyone can do it, we can. I give Amira a hug. You're right, let's do this. They've been doing this thing in Manchester every year since I moved here called the Open Tent Iftar Project. That I really miss going to. I don't know if it's going to be a thing this year because of like the pandemic, but it was a open thing that Muslims and non-Muslims could go to, and it was like a community event, and they would invite like community speakers and stuff like that, not just from the Muslim community but from other communities as well, and it was just a really nice time. I miss it. Yeah, I miss them. The restaurant business is tough, but we are tougher. That said, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Oh, okay. Depression content. Here we go. The sun is too bright. I can feel muscles I didn't know I had. Sundoku Cafe is necessary most mornings, but today just pump that liquid gold into my veins. One of the things I find hardest during Ramadan is not even like the hunger as much as it is the thirst for water, but also for coffee. So hard to function every day without coffee, which I'm sure Najib is feeling right now if you're a coffee buff, but certainly if you have to be in work every day. Good morning, girls. How are my two favorite restaurateurs doing? She has cat ears! Ah! She's an old lady with cat ears! I want to be Miss Imani when I grow up. Okay, morning, Miss Imani, we're good. Who's we? I'm tired or pumped after being so busy yesterday. Oh, was a little Philadelphia pride flag on her computer. I want to be Miss Imani when I grow up. I'm going to try and be positive. Exhausted, but good. We had a ton of customers last night. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life as I did last night. Oh right, last night was that big special you two have been planning. How did it go? Bumpy, but we pulled through, I think. We ran out of dates for an hour, but Jessica ran out and got some more. Those better be Palestinian dates. Oh, have you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Sainsbury's dates debacle, but basically some dates in Sainsbury's were discovered recently, probably because it's Ramadan and dates are selling like hotcakes, were found to have hepatitis C, hepatitis. And my flatmate, like, was reading about the story and being like, oh my god, please let the dates be Israeli, but the dates were Jordanian, so Sainsbury's has pulled all of their Jordanian dates and are probably still selling Israeli dates, which obviously we boycott because of boycotting the Israeli government's apartheid regime. But at Asian supermarkets, they don't sell Israeli dates. It's the best, so you don't have this yeah, at like the mainstream Western supermarkets like Sainsbury's, Tesco, everywhere, I always like check the dates, and I check like a lot of stuff for whether it's Israeli. Like I remember like the other day I was at the Sainsbury's like near us, and the bell peppers were Israeli, and I was like, what's going on? So obviously didn't buy them, but all like most Western supermarkets, which is not a coincidence because capitalism, sell Israeli dates, so don't buy them. Go to your local Asian supermarket and buy Palestinian dates instead. Anyway, and Baya almost started a fire, but we moved the dish towel in time. Confirmed South Asian. Finding the free Palestine stickers on hummus, on Sabra hummus, right? Because Sainsbury's sells Sabra hummus, which always shows up in like American television as well. Like every time they mention Sabra, I'm like, no. It was eventful to say the least. Imani hands me my usual cold brew order and hesitates. Amira, forgive me. I am remembering correctly that you're fasting. Yes, ma'am. Ah, sorry, I didn't want you to think I forgot your order. But I also didn't want to tempt you by preparing your tea. No, don't feel bad, really. I enjoy fasting. Is that so? Yeah, I mean, smelling the food we're cooking does make it difficult, especially if it's something I love. But honestly, I look forward to Ramadan. I'm happy to do it. Progress... Yes! That's what I was... Wait. On the counter screen? Yeah, on the computer. Yeah, I was pointing that out earlier. So Imani is like an LGBT elder icon with like cat ears out here. Yeah. I want to be her when I grow up. I choose to participate just like with everything else. You're a good egg, Amira. Yeah, I mean, I'm very much here to be, to the best of my ability, Muslim Google today. But I feel very much like the same way about Ramadan. I think that a lot of the time people kind of, you know, and I really appreciate people trying to be like sensitive about it and stuff, but I'm super happy to just like have those conversations because the idea is kind of not for anyone else to feel guilty or bad about the fact I'm fasting, you know? It's something that like I do and that Muslims do or are supposed to do for like, I mean, it's supposed to be difficult, but it's supposed to be for our like spiritual connection to God and our like spiritual well-being, right? So fasting and praying and reading Quran is during like the holy month every day is supposed to bring us like closer to God, and it's something that I genuinely enjoy doing. Like, it is difficult for sure, for sure. But I also always feel really good when I'm doing it. I feel just, yeah, I don't know, I feel genuinely really good about it, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't like important to me and something that I enjoyed. I think that there can be a lot of guilt around it, which there shouldn't be, because it's a month about like forgiveness and closeness to God, like more than anything. That's something that I struggled with earlier this month, because I wanted, like, I was struggling with focusing enough on my dissertation, which has a very close upcoming deadline, and I was thinking about taking a few days not to fast so that I could get more work done, because then I'll be back in work and it will be difficult to balance everything, and I felt really guilty about that at first. But I had some conversations with like my mom and my friend who is not Muslim but is Jewish, and really got where I was coming from, of like, you know, you shouldn't feel guilty because like Allah doesn't want you to feel guilty. Ramadan is not about feeling guilty. It's not about anyone feeling guilty or bad. It's about feeling good. It's about feeling close to God. It's about being forgiven. It's about forgiving others. So I was able to be like, okay, well, I need to take a few days to survive through capitalism, and I shouldn't feel guilty about that. And it was genuinely like a really good decision, I think, because I was able to actually do my dissertation work. But yeah, don't feel guilty about having questions for me or stuff when Ramadan is going on. I'm honestly happy to be asked. It's nice to feel like people care about my faith, because I really care about my faith. Anyway, tangent over. You're a good egg, Amira. Just let me know when you're done so I can make sure to have everything ready for your morning visits. Will do. And how about you, Miss Jessica? Cold brew to your liking today? Yeah, delicious as always. You're the best. Well, I'll leave you to it. Let me know if you need anything. Tee-hee-hee. I love her. Amira and I sit down at a two-top and breathe deep in unison. Ready to check our socials? I chug a few sips of the cold brew and clap my hands. Let's do this. Amira pulls out her phone and starts scrolling. Oh, that girl from yesterday posted about us on Swiftgram. Swiftgram. Is this an alternate universe where Taylor Swift owns Instagram? The menu has cinnamon orange cold brew. Okay, I haven't even read the staff reads, is a book a taco? I want to read that by Jay Lindsay. French something. Oh, I can't read it all now. But there's definitely cinnamon on there. I would try a cinnamon orange cold brew. That sounds nice. Oh, that girl from yesterday posted about us on Swiftgram. Alternate universe where Taylor Swift owns Instagram. Most delicious boba in Fernway. Jessica. Amira. Oh no, Jessica. What is it? Jessica. Amira, use your words. You know those families who didn't get the free dates with their orders last night? The hairs on the back of my neck start to stand up. I ran to the store as quickly as I could. It wasn't fast enough. They're super upset about it. It's all over our mug book. Mediocre excuse for biryani. Samosas and kajla were soggy. I don't know why I'm so emotional. I didn't cook the biryani. That's just not true. Our food is good. We got bad Yap reviews too. Even the free Faluda wasn't worth the long wait for our order. It was melted and warm due to the negligence of staff packing it with the hot food. Oh, I mean, yo, that sucks. But they're a small business in a small town. And, like, that was a lot of orders. 103 orders. That's a lot. Man, this sucks. Jessica, it's made with ice cream. Did you put it in with the warm stuff? Oh, so it's my fault? Oh, guys. She can be upset all she wants, but I worked so damn hard yesterday. I don't deserve this. You said we had enough ingredients, and yet we ran out of dates, which is why they're so upset in the first place. So before you come at me, check yourself. Are you blaming me for these negative reviews? Well, it was her idea to give out things for free. Okay. Okay, girl. It's Ramadan, though. You can't charge for dates. How could you? You know how important Ramadan is to me. You know how important this night was. I pound my fist on the table. I worked harder than anyone yesterday. You don't think I know how important this was? You worked harder? It was Baya in the sweaty kitchen and my post that brought people in. Okay, they're both in the wrong here, but I want to be clear that they're both being jerks right now, but like, I think that it was really insensitive of Jessica to make that comment about giving out free stuff because it's Ramadan and like, you can't charge for dates. And he pushed out soggy samosas. Also really enjoying this like zooming in and out that we're getting of the characters right now. You know what? I need to get to work. Today's delivery will be there soon. It creates a nice sense of like dynamism, which sometimes visual novels are not that good at, but it feels like it's moving because the characters are moving a lot, so I'm enjoying that. Feel free to take your time drinking your coffee. That was a bad argument. I glare at my glass. The dried orange slices bob up and down as the ice melts. Hey. Great, I was so angry at her that I forgot that we were in the middle of a busy cafe. Yeah, that it was a really like, in terms of the writing, very good argument. In terms of the emotions, very bad argument. How embarrassing. Obviously, I'm gonna apologize. Sorry, Imani. She sits down across from me. Sometimes we fight with those we love most. It happens. There's that flagging. This woman is an icon. Usually not in the middle of my cafe, but it happens. I vigorously rub my face. Everything is so messed up. Would you like to talk about it? It helps. Yeah. I would like to talk to you about my feelings. Angel cat woman. Amira can be so annoying when she's upset. I groan and scratch my head, pulling my hair over my face. Imani, we worked so hard. Like, I get it, but it's like, I get that she's tired, she worked really hard. She also seems like she might be depressed. They're probably going to get into that in a minute. But I really don't think that she understands, like, the importance of Ramadan and why Amira is so touchy. And I feel like it's been established that Amira is, like, a pretty, like, calm and collected person. So I don't think it's, like, usual for her to like act out like that or to like blame Jessica. So I get where Jessica's coming from, but I also think she behaved in a sucky way. Yeah, it does suck when something you work hard on goes badly. I definitely completely get it. I think like it's justified. It's just obviously that I don't think she should have taken that out on her friend, but also her friend shouldn't have taken. They were both in the wrong. Which is probably why I'm feeling it so hard. You know when you have like a argument or like a falling out with a friend, you were both in the wrong and your emotions are high because you care about each other and you care about the things, like you care about the business or you care about your faith, and And then it just, yeah, I'm feeling this. And so what if I messed up the ice cream order? It's one thing. We did so many things right yesterday. Where did these people get off ruining our reputation like that? Yeah, well, it's their fault, right? Both of them are blaming each other, but it's like these people who are being jerks and not understanding of like a small business trying to do something so big. Imani takes a slow, deep breath in. Give me your words of wisdom, cat lady. Running a business is hard. Yeah, very true. Like, hard not to listen to negative reviews and comments. Yeah, it's so true. Like, they just immediately make you feel bad, even if in your rational brain you're like, this isn't a reflection on me. Yeah, we definitely know that. I can't wait until we do reading, like we get to the point where we have enough of a variety of like troll comments to do dramatic readings of them. Running a business is hard. Running a business with your best friend is even harder. I've watched you two grow up. It would be a challenge to find a person who works harder than either of you. You're both determined, smart young ladies. I'm sorry you two are fighting. We sit in silence for a few minutes. Okay, thank you for giving me 2 self-deprecating options. Game. But I get it. I get why. What if this was all a big mistake? What if we aren't as good as we thought? I don't want to go that far saying it was all a big mistake, so I guess I'll choose the slightly less self-deprecating of the self-deprecating options. What if we aren't cut out for this? You'll never know unless you try. We did try and we failed. No, it was one bad day. Jessica, a few bad reviews online is not failing. It's part of running a business. Would you like some advice from one small business owner to another? Yes, please. I admit it is cool to have Imani treat me as a peer, even if just for a minute. I nod. It's difficult to do, but even critiques that feel mean can have merit. My advice is to listen to everything and then decide what feels right and works best for you. That's really good advice, actually. Like, I feel like when you're emotionally in a good enough place to really think about the comment and what it means, then maybe there's something in there. Yeah, that makes sense. Unless it's like a full-on like troll comment, but like the thing about the ice cream or the dates like is kind of a valid criticism, even if people were being mean-spirited about it. Sometimes when people complain, they say one thing, but really they are highlighting another issue. For example, we got a complaint a while ago that we were unfriendly to non-binary people. You know, that broke my heart. I want everyone to feel like Tsundoku Cafe is their second home. I could have gotten angry and written back, you obviously don't know us and what we stand for. Instead, I tried to figure out what was at the root of what they were saying. Turns out they were here working for a few hours and needed to use the bathroom. We had a men's room and a women's room, no family or unisex room, so they felt awkward and upset. And unwelcome. Oh, that's a really good example of... Yeah, this is very good advice. Because they know what we stand for and they expected more from us. They felt like we weren't being true to our values. It reminded them of times other companies said one thing and did another. And they felt betrayed we might be like that too. I know how that feels. If I lashed out, I could never have listened I could have never listened and understood. Now we have a unisex bathrooms. We listened, decided that was something we wanted to address, and did something about it. Jessica, you and Amira will be fine if you two work together and remember your why. I'm feeling feelings. I know it's hard, but try not to take online reviews personally. Try to learn from them. Yeah, these comments can actually show your customers care about the service you provide. Yeah, it's true. I think that there's like such a difference between like criticism in good faith, like criticism that's constructive, and obviously like criticism that's just not, right? And I think that this is obviously like what happened with the dates and the ice cream and everything. Like, that was a valid criticism. That was like, maybe the way it was framed wasn't great, but it was like a valid criticism. And I think that people probably reacted in a way that was like emotional and like not ideal, because, you know, they cared and it hurt to feel like, I don't know, they ordered from a place, the place was doing like iftar orders and stuff like that, and they were probably like, oh, this is really cool, this is really exciting, and then they got like an order like with no dates or with melted ice cream, and they were a bit like, that feels like crappy, like this business or whatever didn't live up to, like, I don't know, what I was expecting. Yeah, exactly that, does. Like, they're complaining because they trust and respect the food trucks as a halal Muslim friendly business, and then they were let down by that. Yeah. Some of what they're saying isn't even about you, it's about the reviewer's past experiences. Yeah, so they've probably been let down like countless times, right? About that. When reactions seem hysterical, I mean, I'm not a fan of that word. They're usually historical. She pats the table and stands up. I didn't even know she was sitting, but their character like rose on the screen. Do let me know if I can help in any way. The food industry is a difficult thing to break into. We've got to support each other. I nod. Imani heads back to the counter to help ease the line that's built up. I bust my table and head out. It's still somewhat early and I'm still upset. I know I should head to the restaurant, but I really don't want to deal with Amira just yet. That was good. I'm in my feelings. Fresh air is always a good idea, and Waldine Some Kit Park is deserted around this time. I really do not know how to say that. Probably the best idea I've had all morning. When it's hysterical, it's historical, huh? I hate saying that. I guess that's true for me and Amira too. Amira is a perfectionist. She probably didn't mean to blame me, or at least didn't mean for it to come off as harsh as it did. Even a small mistake can feel huge when the stakes are high. She prides herself on being serene, but that just means when she does crack, it's massive. I didn't even think it was that big. You know? She was saying some mean stuff, but it wasn't even, like, that bad. And she's always so hard on herself. She gets really low sometimes. I worry about her. I wish she'd just let it go and allow herself to be human. But then I guess I could have seen what was actually in front of me instead of taking it personally. Yeah, true. Saw that my best friend was panicking instead of feeling attacked. This is so frustrating. Still, she's in the wrong. She should apologize. But so should you. Her getting depressed doesn't mean she should get off the hook for yelling at me. Also, keep in mind that she's fasting. Like, it does affect, like, the way that you can interact with people and stuff, because you, like, sometimes you are so, like, exhausted and tired that, I mean, obviously, like, the point is to try to not focus on the bad things, but it can be really difficult. Like, it is really difficult to fast for, like, fasting for one day is one thing, but trying to fast for 30 days in a row is really fucking hard. And sometimes it is difficult not to, like, lose your shit like at people over nothing, more so than usual. So there is that as well, which I really don't think she's taking into account. I sit down at a bench and watch the ducks swim by. There's a mother duck swimming little S-shaped curves with her little ducklings close behind. If only I had some cut up grapes to feed them. Amira can be so passive aggressive too. I wish I could just smack her and get her to say what she means. She'll say she's fine when she's obviously not, say she's not angry when she looks like she could kill. Okay, I feel seen. It's annoying. I wish she'd just tell me how she feels. It's upset too. What about me? Or it came out of nowhere too. What does it came out of nowhere too mean? I'm not gonna be like, what about me? So I guess this one. There's no reason for her to burst out at me, especially so early in the morning. Good Looking Home Cookin means the world to me too. I pluck a cattail up and pinch the top, tossing the fluff into the breeze. What's our bigger goal? Have a purpose, do something cool together. Share our cultures with Fernway, create a place where people like us aren't made to feel unwelcome. Like that person Imani mentioned. Did we do the same thing? I guess if you're looking forward to a meal all day after fasting and it isn't perfect, yeah. There it is. She's finally getting it. I'd be upset too. And if we're promising this great thing and we didn't do what we said we would, this sucks. I yell a guttural sound up at the trees from deep in my belly. A flock of birds are spooked up and away. Even the birds are avoiding me. I just want people to love what we're doing, and I want to do it with my best friend. I want her to grow thicker skin and not take her upset out on me. I mean, it's not about growing thicker skin. I don't like it when people say, like, grow thicker skin. She shouldn't take it out on you, but I don't think that she needs to grow thicker skin. I think she needs to be better at directly communicating her feelings. That's a different problem. I want to go back to having fun with her. The planning part was so fun. Once you start spending money, it becomes real super quick. Ha ha! That's a mood, as I'm sure Daz can attest to. I don't know if we were ready for exactly how real all this became. It was easier when we were picking out our color scheme and filling out ideas in a notebook. Yeah, this is too relatable. I pull out my phone to check the time. A couple of notifications and a missed text message. Too busy to respond to your mother? Look at the little emoji. Like, oh my god, I can't do words right now. Look at the little avatar. There we go. That's a word that means something. Shoot, she called late last night, but I was too tired to pick up. Sorry, Emma, we were slammed yesterday. I called 5 times and texted you this morning. You could have died and I wouldn't have known. Also, enjoying the very accurate representation of, like, bilingual texting. Sometimes my mum texts me in Arabic and forgets that I don't read Arabic. But we move. You've got to give me at least 24 hours to respond before you panic, Emma. This is also a mood. I've had to, like, train my mum to, like, she's, like, really good at it now, and I feel like we have a much better dynamic in that sense. But I think that, like, especially when I first moved away and stuff, like, if I wasn't constantly replying to text and stuff, then she would freak out like this. And now it's a lot. We have a much better dynamic after a lot of work of, if I don't reply to text, it's not the end of the world. But I also think that that's definitely an Asian mum thing. How's your day going? I bought over a few bags of clothes for the church sale this morning and now I'm starting lunch. How did yesterday go? You and Amira must be happy. Actually, it didn't go great and we're fighting. It was one day. Don't be silly. Go make up with her. You two have a business to run. You know, in a like no nonsense Asian mum way, that's really good advice. She was the one who attacked me, Amma. You think your father and I would still be going strong if every time he hurt my feelings I waited for him to apologize? And that's the gospel truth. Go talk to her. I'm sure it's just a lover's spat. Amma, I told you, Amira's not gay, we're just friends. Bring her a peace offering. Your father brings me flowers when he wants to talk. I love Auntie. Auntie is just like, I've decided that you are girlfriends. I'll call you this evening. Such good Auntie representation in this game. It's mid-morning now. At this point, there will be people showing up for lunch. I should get back soon. Maybe another lap around the pond. Meanwhile... Ooh, perspective change. I know I told Jessica to take her time, but where is she? I hate when she blows up at me like that. It messes me up for the rest of the day. I can't think straight. Hey Amira, Ramadan Mubarak, how's it going? Oops, I wonder how long he's been standing there. He managed to bring our entire produce over from his van and stack it neatly without me noticing. Hey Kenta. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Oh, you're good, no worries. We all have days where we're lost in our thoughts. And most of us aren't hungry when we're doing it. Kenta gets it. You're always so kind to me. I sign his clipboard and rip my receipt from the back. Even with the discount that the community garden gives us, we need to start making bank or we're toast. You feeling okay? I read that if you're sick, you don't need to fast. Don't push yourself. That's true. If you are sick or physically unable for any reason to fast, then you don't have to fast. It says that in the Quran. I forget where, but it's a thing. Like, I don't fast on my period. Usually, like, that counts as a physical reason to not fast, because obviously your body is all messed up and you're losing blood, so you shouldn't fast because that would be dangerous. Kenta knows his shit. Yeah, I like him. I read that if you're sick you don't need to. Yeah. His concern is sweet, but I wish it wasn't obvious that I'm upset. I'm not sick, I'm angry at Jessica. What'd she do now? Well, I was angry with her for not packing the ice cream correctly. Then I was angry for her for saying selfish things. Now I'm angry with her because it's Ramadan and I'm trying to think positively and be forgiving, but thinking of her dumb face makes me want to scream. Yeah, that's a big mood. Yeah, because she's like, I'm trying to think positively and be forgiving, because Ramadan is all about forgiveness. So yeah, it's hard sometimes because like when you're fasting, you're trying to be like, I'm one with the Force and the Force is like, I'm closer to God, I'm being more forgiving, I'm fasting, I'm in my zone, I am being spiritual. You're trying to do all of that, but you're only human, and if you get like angry or you have bad thoughts, like I definitely feel this. If I get angry or if I have bad thoughts during Ramadan, then I feel like extra super guilty about it, like more so than usual. So this is a big mood for me. I'm glad you appreciated the Star Wars ref. Yikes, I shouldn't have said all that. No, Kenta seems like a cool guy. Sorry, Kenta, I'm just under a lot of pressure. Everything's fine. I hang my head and fidget with my hands. Forgive me. No worries, Amira, I get it. Money makes things complicated, and even the best of friends fight. For what it's worth, I think you two are doing a bang-up job. If only people like Kenta would give us a Yap review. Thank you. Where is Jessica, anyway? My groan comes out louder than I meant it to. She's on her way. Oh, sorry. She's on her way. She wanted to pick up some coffee before work. Smart thinking. You two have another busy day ahead, yeah? Yeah, speaking of, I need to get back to it. Oh yeah, sorry for keeping you. Working long days like this as well during Ramadan. It's like you get up for sahur, so like at sunrise when you eat something and you pray Fajr to stop before starting your fast, which is like at the moment it's like 4:15 in the morning, I think. You wake up for that. Some people just stay up. Some people like go back for a nap and then get up for work and then are out all day from sunrise to sunset fasting, and that shit is hard. It's a bit more manageable working from home, to be honest. Oh yeah, sorry for keeping you. I wait until he's back in his van before sitting down and burying my face in my elbow. How are we going to make this work? Gracefully, dealing with online reviews is just as much of the job as cooking. Why am I so bad at this? I'm so stupid. No, girl. No, girl. I should know better. I deserved every last horrible thing they said. No, girl! No! Don't beat yourself up like this. I should have checked every bag. I should have ordered more dates. I should have done everything myself. It's... A, you can't do everything by yourself. B, what's done is done. You just need to learn the lessons to try and do better next time. But it wasn't your fault. I mean, like, it wasn't all your fault in like a super self-deprecating way, you know? Neglectful, stupid, arrogant. Arrogant. I was arrogant to think I could do this. You've only been in business for 4 months, girl! I strike the back of my head with my palm hard. It takes the edge off. How stupid of me. I shouldn't be hurting myself. People with real problems hurt themselves, not me. Girl. I'm just coping by saying girl over and over again. I shouldn't be so conceited. And I promised Jessica I wouldn't hurt myself anymore. I'm such a selfish, arrogant, stupid girl. I do it again. My hand starts to sting. Hey! Thank you, Kenta. I slowly raise my head and my stomach quickly sinks. Amira. I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. I try to talk over it. What are you... I forgot my pen. Look, I know it's not exactly my place, and I know we aren't as close as some. But it looks like you could use a listening ear. I love one man. I love one man. This is my last delivery of the day. I've got some time. Yeah, this thought pattern sure is familiar. If you're so upset that you're, well, you know, then maybe together we could figure out a better solution, or at least talk it through. Talking is probably the more helpful option. I nod and look at the floor. Okay, cool. So let's start with how you're feeling. I feel ashamed. What for? What you just saw me do. I'm not a doctor, but I know that pain comes out in different ways sometimes. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but I also don't want you to feel bad about it if it happens. I love one man. I'm sure you already feel like garbage. No need to pile it on. He's just saying what sounds nice. He doesn't mean it. Yeah, he does. I should feel bad. But also, yeah, that's the whole thing of like, you feel like shit. Someone's like saying nice things and like affirming things, and your brain is just like, they don't really mean that. They don't really believe that. Is very relatable. Very, very relatable. I know that I personally struggle, like, When people compliment me, I don't know how to react because I think that there's just a part of my brain that's fundamentally like, at least 90% of the time when I receive a compliment or someone says something nice about me, I just don't believe it. And I feel really bad about it, and I know I shouldn't feel bad about it because we're talking about how guilt is we should not feel guilt about things like that. But because I know that it's not that person's fault, and I want to like validate that they said something nice about me and made an effort to be nice to me, but I'm just like, I don't know how to process that. My brain doesn't know how to process that, and it's rough. Now, explain to me again why you and Jessica are fighting. I try to take in a deep breath, but my chest is tight. Oh, this is difficult. I messed everything up, or Jess doesn't get it. I like think that they were both in the wrong. And neither of these is like a super helpful way to frame it. But I think that my like gut instinct is to not like put the blame on the other person. I think that the first thing that I would do is take responsibility for my own part in it. So I'm gonna do that. Well, it's Ramadan, so we have a lot of orders, and if we do well, we could really establish ourselves. But last night we worked really hard, and we did our best, and I wasn't good enough. So now the internet hates us, and we're going to go out of business. I can feel my nose get prickly and a knot form in my throat. And on top of all that, I hate that I'm sad when I should be feeling peaceful and happy. Yeah, that's the mood. I look forward to Ramadan. My hands are shaking. I love preparing food all day and then sharing it with my family and friends. My voice is shaking. I love how I feel so connected and how good everything tastes after a day of fasting. I love sharing it with everyone. Ooh. Okay. My face is hot and wet. I don't care if anyone sees anymore. This whole park is supposed to be me sharing that with everyone. I feel a sneeze coming on, by the way. Oh, I think it's gone. Finally, showing all of Fernway why I love being Muslim and how proud I am of who I am. Holding my head high in my hometown, providing what I wish I had when I was young and needed support. And they hated it. I crumble onto the bench, sobbing. Kenta hovers his hand over my back but changes his mind. He pulls off a paper towel sheet and offers it. Everyone expects me to be so strong and calm, but I can't do it all the time. I pat my face dry. This is so hard. My whole body is shivering. My throat hurts. Let it all out. You're okay. It sounds like you're under a lot of pressure. He nods and sits in silence while I calm down. I know today is a big day. The whole month is. I get it. But could you take the day off? Where's Hamza? Isn't Jessica coming in soon? Couldn't they take over? I shake my head. I want to be here. I want to prove I can do this. Fun idea. I could help. What are the recipes I can learn? I love his enthusiasm, but I sniffle and clear my throat. Nothing is actually measured, and it's all done by guesswork, because that's how Asians cook. All of the recipes I have from my mom have 0 specific measurements. And every time I make food, it tastes different every time. If you didn't grow up watching it be made, you'll be lost. Yeah, it's basically like oral tradition, but food. Ah, I see. But thank you. And thank you for listening. You're Hamza's little sis. I'm sure he'd do the same for Kay. Nobody's an island, yeah? So, of all these magical non-recipes, what's your favorite? Oh, so I think he's friends with her brother, which is cool. Pakora. It's like fried veggie fritters. Oh, hey, do you make them with my veggies? Oh, yeah, actually. Would you look at that? Hell yeah. I love hearing what my veggies turn into. Makes me feel like a proud papa. I love him. Who eats his young? A proud papa who eats his young, I guess. You know what? Don't think too much into it. It's like the Pokemon dilemma, huh? I'm just happy my hard work is appreciated and tasty. I laugh for what feels like the first time in years. Very much appreciated. It doesn't feel like Ramadan without pakora. I really want pakora now. So I have kind of a personal question. My stomach tightens. I have a personal question. Could be so loaded. Kenta has been nothing but polite, and he's friends with Baya. Oh, for people who don't know, by the way, Baya means older brother. It's like a Hindi term. I swear, if he asked me who is forcing me to wear a hijab. No, he's been nice. Yeah, I'm gonna trust him. It's probably nothing. Okay. If you're fasting, isn't cooking impossible? I mean, when I cook, I taste everything. How do you do it? Do you ever cheat and have taste? My shoulders relax a little. Not the question I was expecting. True, since I'm fasting, I can't taste it to see if it came out well, but I can usually tell it by smell and how it looks. My mother and sister-in-law taught me well. Don't you get cranky cooking all day and not eating? Maybe? I mean, I get really tired and the kitchen is uncomfortably hot. Yeah, that would make it really difficult. It's always, 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 always more difficult to fast when it's hot because you're not drinking water as well. But that's the whole point, to have patience and self-control. Ramadan is about reflecting and growing. I honestly enjoy the feeling even when it gets hard sometimes. And it helps that I'm not alone. My whole community is fasting with me, so we're in it together, you know? I can tell you really love it. I feel myself blush a bit. What's your favorite thing about it? The intimacy, togetherness, if that makes sense. I feel calm and happy and not so lonely. Yeah, tell me more. About what? Whatever you want to talk about. Ooh, girl! I think he just wants to get to know you. Oh, I see what's happening. He's distracting me until I calm down. That's really kind of him, to stay with me and distract me and not make me feel embarrassed. Okay, yeah, I think he wants to date you, but okay. And listen while I talk about something I love. I get up and roll my shoulders back. Hey Kenta, would you want to come back at sundown for a proper Pakistani iftari? We have loads of food. You can bring Kay. Pakistan represent! She's confirmed. Yeah, I'd be honored. Thank you. What should we bring? Your appetite. Are you allergic to anything? Nope. The dream. Great, then see you at sundown. I saw on Twitter earlier someone flirt engaged, truly. I saw someone on Twitter posting that they had made paneer, which is a type of like cheese that's used in a lot of Punjabi, I think, especially cooking, but like South Asian cooking. And someone had made a vegan alternative of paneer using peanuts, and I saw the tweet and I was like, I'm allergic to nuts, like deathly allergic to nuts. It's like one of the reasons why I stopped being vegan, to be honest, because like I'm still vegetarian, but so much vegan food has allergens in it, especially nuts. That made it difficult for me, but yeah. But what a cool idea to make like peanut based paneer. If it wouldn't kill me, I would try that. I actually have a huge block of paneer in the fridge, which is waiting to be made. Definitely going to do that later this month, probably like next week. You sure you'll be okay? I don't mind staying, at least till your brother gets back. Thank you, I'm okay, really. He nods and waves. Once his van disappears around the corner, I let out a huge sigh. I hope he doesn't tell Baya. What a cutie. I love her character design. Oh, and look who finally shows up. And she showered. Well, isn't that nice for her? Hello, enjoy your coffee? Hi. So, I'm getting us ready for tonight's orders. You can deal with lunch. Sound good? Yeah. Amira looks pissed. Maybe I shouldn't have gone home and showered. There are 2 people already eating at a table in the corner. I mean, why is it a big deal that she... I'm confused as to, like, why it's a big deal that she went home and showered. Unless she's late, but... There are 2 people already eating at a table in the corner. Okay, she's late. Yeah, okay, I get it now. Aside from them, this place is dead. I checked that the utensils are stocked and that we have enough drinks in the mini fridges. And every time I look over at Amira, she is actively avoiding me. I hate this feeling, tiptoeing on eggshells, waiting to see if it will be okay soon. Did you finish cleaning the trays yet, or should I do it? I can do it. You sure? I don't want you to feel like you're doing too much. She curls her lip. You are working harder than the rest of us after all. Shots fired! Ugh. Amira, I'm sorry. What for? For upsetting you. I'm not upset, I'm fine. Okay, girl. She opened the conversation. So, please be honest about your feelings. Amira, I can tell when you're upset. Oh, right. I forgot you know everything. Her voice is icy. Amira, can we talk? There's nothing to talk about. Yes, there is. I'm feeling lost and I don't know what to say. Sounds like a you problem. Okay, Amira, you're being a little bitch right now, actually. Amira, come on. You know you're being unfair, right? Please? Fine, I'm listening. I'm sorry I bagged the food wrong. I'm sorry I insulted your brother. And I'm sorry for whatever else you're upset about. I don't want to fight. Look, I was angry and hurt. I'm a trash human. What do you want from me? What do I want? I wanted yesterday to be perfect. I want you to take these reviews more seriously. I want to prove to everyone that what we're doing is worthwhile. She starts pacing and speaking faster. And day 1, we messed up. Like, if we can't get this right, what's the point? Jess, we're supposed to be changing the way people think. We need to do it right every time. We need to try twice as hard for half as much. We're already behind. My mother knows almost everyone who orders from us last night. Do you understand how mortified she'll be because of her mistakes? Yeah, that's true as well. I didn't even really think about that. Because they're in a small town with like a small Muslim community. Like, everyone that ordered from them will be people in the community. So that does have like a personal impact as well. She's trembling. I don't know if I should hide or go grab a box of tissues. Your parents are so supportive. You couldn't possibly understand what it's like. Are you kidding me? My parents are supportive, yes, but that doesn't mean I don't feel the pressure of the world on my shoulders. If I mess up, then all their efforts go to waste. Everything they worked so hard to give me, a waste. I'm a waste. Shut up. Excuse me? Shut up. Don't talk like that. You're not a waste. Her little crying face. You guys need to work on your communication a little bit, but they love each other. Don't talk about my friend that way. She hiccups. I'm sorry, I was unfair. Of course you get it. No, I'm sorry. I know how important this is to you. It's important to you too. You worked so hard last night. So did you. How you handled that man who got upset when we gave him the wrong order was incredible. How you managed to push out 40 orders in 10 minutes is legendary. Who said you could be so talented? Okay, we've devolved into A compliment battle. I love that for them. How dare you come here every day with such intelligence and beauty? Amira's eyes are swelling up and I'm blinking back tears. The couple eating nearby is staring. Jess, I'm so sorry. Yeah, true best friend vibes. I'm sorry too. I hug her and the pressure that has been building up inside my chest expands and bursts. I wipe my face with a paper towel. Amira does the same. What do we do now? We were stupid jerks to believe we could do this. Hey, we aren't jerks and we aren't stupid. Look around, we built this. Yeah, the big book smart vibes. I love that movie. I love that movie so much. I need to rewatch it because I watched it once in the cinema when it came out and fucking loved it. We made this happen. Sure, we messed up a bit yesterday. I feel myself rising to some inner occasion. But we'll learn and grow and dominate. Yeah? Yes. Amira sniffles. Yeah. Okay, so what's our next step? How can I help? Amira clears her throat and takes a deep breath. We still need to start the soup and we need to prepare the to-go sets. Okay, I've got the to-go sets. You start the soup. We'll meet back in half an hour. Amira smiles and nods. It's not over yet. Ramadan is more than just one night. One thing at a time, we'll make this right. We'll reach out to everyone from yesterday too and make it up to them. Good plan. I love you, Jess. I'm sorry we fought. Love you too, Amira. Friendship. I love friendship. Let's do this. Oh, beautiful. Set up. I need me a Ramadan lantern like this. What have we even got? Those are fries, burgers, salad. Ugh. Hassan family, your meal is ready. Ramadan Kareem. And Hadid family, please pick up your order. Ramadan Mubarak. Tonight is a lot more organized after we talked it over and reassigned our tasks. Amira's in control. As soon as something is bagged, she grabs it, double checks it, and sends it on its way. And I'm nowhere near the kitchen. We've decided that one head chef is enough. Tonight, that's Amira. Instead, I'm taking care of all the guests who decided to stay and enjoy their meals at our food court. The hostess with the mostest. We have an inflatable big screen projecting an app Amira found with the official iftar time, so everyone will know when they can start eating. Ooh. I guess that they, so usually iftar time, or even when Ramadan starts and ends based on your local mosque. So for example, this Ramadan, I think that London Central Mosque, which there are obviously a lot of mosques in London and there are multiple mosques in Manchester too, but I think it's called London Central, I don't know, I might be wrong. But there is a central mosque that usually announces the moon sighting when Ramadan has started, the moon sighting when it's Eid, and the times, the Ramadan calendar, the times for suhoor and iftar, or fajr and maghrib prayer every day of Ramadan. And it's not decided until the last minute, but the community will usually have a local mosque that decides those things. I think that this year London and Manchester had different times, and the day before Ramadan, or London had said, and I think Manchester initially said that Ramadan started on one day, but then Manchester Mosque was actually it's the next day because we were wrong about the moon. And it was a whole thing. Yeah, it's mad. Anyway, it kind of feels like New Year's Eve. I'm digging it. Pesky moon. I kind of love that she's so elusive though, you know? It's almost time too. Even though I did fast, it's not hard to get sucked... Didn't fast. It's hard not to get sucked into the excitement. I invited the families from last night who left bad Yap reviews. Good shout. Their meals are on us, of course. I'm surprised they showed up, but Amira said she expected they would. Something about the spirit of togetherness. Yeah, especially if it's a small town Muslim community. Hello again. You're Jessica, right? That's right. Welcome back. How can I help you? I told all of my friends about your boba tea. We just got out of a movie, so I brought them all here. What's going on? Is there an event? Fun fact, it's a super moon on Monday night. Oh, that's exciting. What's going on? Is there an event? A community iftar meal. Hungry? We're selling plates for $10 each. Sure, let me just check with my friends first. Wait, is the sushi halal too? For fuck's sake, Nina. For fuck's sake, why are you like this? Look at her angry little face. She's like, I'm Islamophobic. Girl. It can be if you're mindful about the sauces and such you serve it with. Oh, I totally thought halal just meant Middle Eastern food. Ah! 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 Sorry, I'm still processing it. I thought halal just meant Middle Eastern food. Oh, there is a place in Jahannam for this woman. Oh, thanks, Najib. You're cool too. Nope. In fact, Amira's family isn't even from the Middle East. Yeah, bitch. She's Pakistani. I'm like clutching my pearls. I can't do this. Her parents are Pakistani. Well, I guess Pakistan's technically the greater Middle East. Don't say that, Jessica! But yeah, she eats more than just Middle Eastern food. This is a mess! This is a mess. Yeah, Najib, not all Middle Easterns eat halal. Yeah, exactly. Like, the Arab world is got a diversity of religion. Like, yeah, Islam is the primary religion, but there are Jews, there are Christians, there are people of other faiths, and like there are people of other like ethnic backgrounds that, you know, live there and immigrate there that have different religions. Oh my days. Oh my days. Like, the only justification for saying that Pakistan is technically the Greater Middle East is that Pakistan is the area, for the most part, of India that was part of the Islamic Empire during, like, the Mughal period. I'm not, like, super clued up on my Islamic history, but there was, like, a part of India, like, in the north in particular, that was, like, part of the Islamic Empire, which is why there are Muslims in South Asia in the first place, actually. That's, like, literally the only justification that you can have for that. But, like, Pakistan is, like, culturally, ethnically, like, obviously more, like, South Asian Desi than, Middle Eastern, so... Oh my god. Sorry, guys, I'm just processing this. Even geographically, her reasoning for saying that is iffy. Yeah. This is a hot fucking mess. And then well, obviously, so this person, her name is Nana, and her skin is brown, and like, so I would presume that she's like South Asian background. Nana is like a Hindi name, I think, and like, so anyway, it just goes to show that not only white people are Islamophobic. You heard it here first. I tug at my hair. Like, for example, we're currently trying to get a halal ice cream truck that makes vanilla without vanilla extract. Why do teenagers make me so nervous? Whiteness is more than just a skin color is true. Like, who cares what she thinks? Why am I explaining myself to her? Oh, I get it. This place is so cool. Oh my gosh, she thinks we're cool. Yeah? Could you possibly leave us a good review on Yap? You Islamophobe. I thought halal food was just Middle Eastern. Bet, I'll do it right now. Oh, she's not so bad. Free bubble tea all around. Thanks. Reparations via Yap. Y'all, I'm still processing that entire interaction. The food smells so delicious. I can't imagine how it must smell to everyone here who hasn't eaten all day. Fragrant fresh fruit chaat beside crispy fried pakora. That's the shit. A platter piled high with egg shami kebab burgers, toppings spilling out of their crispy buns. Oh, girl. That makes me miss meat. Pictures of chia seed rose water and deep bowl of dates for everyone to grab first. And a new biryani recipe made by Amira and her mother wafting up into the breeze. Did they for real, like, make up a new biryani recipe because everyone didn't like it? They might have cooked it, but I'm taking credit for it existing. I dialed the number and shoved the phone into Amira's face. After a few minutes of gloating that her daughter still needs her, Mrs. Khabir showed up with extra pots and pans and a jar of her special masala. That's some prime auntie shit. She's like, your biryani isn't good enough. I'm coming here with my special masala. The peak auntie representation in this game. So you're welcome, everyone. It's almost time. Everyone gather round. Kenta over here. Although she's been working hard all afternoon, Amira fusses over our guests, making sure everyone has food on their plate before getting a plate herself. I pour a glass of chia rose water and grab a date, handing both to Amira. Ramadan mubarak, Amira. I'm so happy we're friends and that we're finally building this business. There's nobody in the world I'd rather do this with. Little emotional face. Big same. The timer goes off and Amira plays a prayer over the speakers. I sit quietly with my eyes closed until Amira taps my shoulder. Ramadan Mubarak, Jess. Now let's eat. Friends make food taste even more delicious. So true. I have good news. Oh, I'm so happy for you two. You'll be such a cute couple. Ships it so hard. I told you it's not like that. If it's not, then who? When will you find someone? I'm not getting any younger. Please, focus. We made $100,000 this month. Okay, I mean, I guess that I don't know how many employees they have that's gonna be split between. My heart was just like, my heart stopped. My daughter, Jessica Yunji Park. I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry, guys. Fernway's Michelin star chef. Thanks, Umma. We're using it to pay you back for your seed money and get a dessert truck. Good girl. I'm so proud. Okay, yeah, but they have enough to get a dessert truck and pay everyone's salary. That's some good shit. I'm Jessica Park. And I'm Amira Khabir. We own and run GLHC, the best food court in all of Fernway. Look at these girl boss these are the only girl bosses that I will accept. Come visit us anytime. We're open year-round. Yes, even in the snow. The New England winters are tough, but we're tougher. Ice cream and lavender dessert truck. Oh yeah, there we go. I love that. It's such a nice color. The New England winters are tough, but we're tougher. Eid Mubarak, everyone. Guys, this game was so good. What did you think? I loved this. I loved this game. It was short and sweet. It was so well written. I was in my feelings. It portrayed some stuff that I've just like never seen before. Like I've never seen that kind of thing that kind of experience represented before, you know? I feel like I've definitely seen Muslim characters in the media sometimes, and even some of the better ones, they never really like talk about their faith much, or like it's done in a really cringy way. I've never seen anything like that made me so happy. I like, that was so good. That was so good. This game is available on itch.io. It's only $5, which is less than £5. You can also donate to, is it Toadhouse? I think these guys are called. It was so many cultural consultants. Yeah, those were just in the credits. This was just, I had such a good time. This was such a good game. It was so thoughtful. It was so well written. It was short but sweet. It's only $5. Everyone support these guys. I love what they did. I can't wait to see what they do next. I think that this was their first game. And yeah, my heart is full. It was everything that I hoped it would be. It made me really happy. Appreciate you being here, Najib. I had such a good... I mean, I definitely 10 out of 10, like, if you missed parts of this, if you want to see the whole game, definitely recommend buying it for yourself. It's, like, literally only $5. Oh. Something is happening. You guys don't have sound, but this is a trailer for a gay game. She just said something about being dumped. Fern V? Is that how that's... Oh my days. Is this like a sequel? I'm so sorry that you guys don't have sound right now, but this is a trailer for... Oh, or is this a trailer for the same game? Or is it a sequel? No! There's gonna be more content. Oh, this was just a section of the larger game. I did not know that. Oh my days. Call Me Cera. Oh my god. Yes, we will play this. Oh my god. Okay, even more excited now. I'm so excited to play the full game. Credits 2022. I will wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, I hope that you guys love this game as much as me. Please support Toadhouse Games. Buy this game yourself if you want to. Super cheap. Follow them on Twitter. We're probably, I'm gonna put some tweets out saying how much I love this. And yeah, I mean, it's gone Maghrib time now, so I'm probably gonna sign off and pray Maghrib and break my fast myself now, actually. But I had an amazing time. Thank you for sharing this experience with me.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you aren't already, remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to know when we upload next.
On screen, you can find this whole playlist for this Let's Play, and you can find a link to our latest video essay. If you like what you see, consider supporting us on Patreon. The link to our Patreon is in the description of every video.
Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, take care.